Hey, good afternoon everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own chocolate pudding. Okay, once you know how to do this and it's a few simple ingredients, you'll never have to worry about whether you got a box of mix in the cupboard, and you definitely won't have to pay $4 or $5 for one of those little tubs in the dairy case. Here's the ingredients. So measure the sugar, the cornstarch, cocoa, and salt into a 3-quart saucepan, and just mix that up a bit. I prefer a wooden spoon to a whisk for this because it lets you get into the corners while it's cooking, which you really can't do efficiently with a whisk. Now, one of the reasons I've increased the cocoa in this and added some butter is that way you don't have to worry about adding real chocolate to it to give it a real chocolatey flavor. Yeah, you can do this on the stove as well. Actually, I'm going to move over there now and just add the milk. And I do have skim milk for this, surprisingly enough. And it does come out quite well. Honestly, if you use like whole milk, it will just have a richer flavor. But this comes out just fine. And instead of getting my half cup dirty, I've already got the 1/4 cup one, so I'll just put in 2/4 for the half. So just start with your wooden spoon. To try to stir in what you can, and then turn the heat on. It just comes out a lot easier if you don't have a whole bunch of really big lumps in there before it gets hot. Start that on medium-high and stir until everything's dissolved. And I decided to put some light on it so you could see a bit better. Yeah, with the amount of cocoa in here, some of it will probably stick to the side a little. No harm done. You should try to keep it moving with the spoon so it doesn't burn on the bottom. And you can see it thickening up quite nicely there. Yeah, and if I stir it quick, you can actually start to see the bottom of the pan a little bit when it gets really thick. At this point, just stop for a little bit and see how many bubbles you've got. If it's only 1 or 2 like this, keep stirring. It's cooked when it comes to a full boil. Yeah, so I stopped now, and it's got that nice glossy lava look there. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that. At this point, turn it off the heat and then get the vanilla and the butter. So stir in the vanilla first. And drop in the butter. And just stir that up until the butter melts. And at this point, you're pretty much done. Now, what you can do is you can transfer this either to individual serving dishes and a big bowl, and I am going to actually pour this into a bowl. And if you have people that like skin on their pudding, just leave it alone. if you have people that don't like skin, what you do is after it's cooled down, you get a piece, I'm not even going to show you now because it's too hot. After it's cooled down, you get a piece of plastic wrap and push that down onto the face of the pudding, and that will keep it from developing a skin. And also, if you notice, there are a few tiny little lumps in here. So if you're either a pudding purist or you have finicky guests, what you can do is you can get a strainer like this and pour the pudding into it over another bowl and just rub it with a spoon to get out any lumps. Personally, that's way too much work for me, and it doesn't affect the taste at all. Well, I'm just going to pour some into a bowl here so you can get an idea of the consistency and texture. Well, I look like that's all going to fit. That's nice. And I will get a spatula to get the rest on the bottom because there's a fair amount. Even while it's still this hot, it's thickened up quite a bit. So it's going to make a really nice pudding for a dessert. So that's how you make chocolate pudding. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again.